Okay, so nofap and relapsing. Okay, so I'm gonna make a video about nofap and relapsing on nofap. Okay, so you all know when you relapse, it's the worst thing, right? They were like, "Oh my god, I just relapsed," and you feel horrible, right? No, this is wrong. Okay, we've been programmed to feel like if you relapse on nofap, it's a bad thing, right? And you feel all this guilt and shame, and your superpowers go away, right? Which, yes, there are superpowers, yes, how you feel and stuff like that. It is, but the main thing is within. So what I'm trying to say is, it's the within, right? So we have this thing, right? It's the shame, it's the guilt that's within us, okay? So it's stored within us, okay? Finished eating. It's stored within us, and when you relapse, you feel all that guilt and shame. It all pops out. It's like a shadow. We call it shadow self. So you can check on YouTube shadow self. This is shadow work. This is what's built in within you, inside of you. Okay, so when you relapse, you feel all that guilt and that shame, just like an alcoholic, a drug addict, a smoker. When they relapse, they feel all this guilt and this shame. This is a good thing because this is your shadow showing itself. Because the shadow, with the most when it's at its weakest, it's at its peak. It's when it relapses. That's when you start feeling all that guilt and that shame, and just like, oh my god, what did I just do? I feel horrible. You see these videos, people crying and stuff like that. When they relapse and all that. But I've relapsed. I feel bloody brilliant. Look at me. Booyah shaka. Booyah shaka. Booyah shaka. Okay. And why do I feel like that? It's because all that work I've done, the shadow work, while I was on NoFap. Okay, I did all the shadow work I need to do, and I'm still doing the shadow work because now the shadow work shows itself because there's no shadow there, there's no more guilt, there's no more shame, there's nothing there for me to feel guilt or shame. All of these come from shame or guilt. Have you noticed some people feel you're crazy? Like, what do you mean? Like, if I relapse, it's fine. You think, how can that be? Or some people, when they relapse on their drug or smoke or whatever, they feel okay. They say it's all in the mind, right? Because you have this guilt and the shame within you that you need to go within and feel this guilt, and you have to feel this guilt and shame that's within you, basically, and feel it to release it. If it's still in you, in your system, it's going to manifest itself in bad situations, bad circumstances. You see, like repeating patterns, repeating the same people in different body, same personality in different body, right? So that's why when you relapse, you feel like guilt, shame, and all these kind of things. But you need to work on that yourself. When you're on the process, you need to find out what shadow work is. You can check my videos. My other videos, I show many ways to do shadow work and how to do shadow work. Many ways, many ways how to do shadow work, and you have to do the shadow work so you don't have that within you, because you can do 1 year of no fat. You might feel some benefits, but it's still gonna be there. Your shadow is still gonna be there, which is gonna start attracting negative things into your life. You're gonna attract negative things because that's the shadow self that you have unloved, you have buried underneath, and it's still there and it's showing itself in other people. Okay, in relationships, especially toxic relationships, especially toxic work jobs, especially all these things that you're going through, that's repeating patterns. It's got to do with the guilt and the shame that's within you that has caused you to get an addiction in the first place, because addiction doesn't come from nothing. Okay, addiction comes from some kind of emptiness, a veil, a void inside of you, that's inside, right, in the tummy, that's inside of you, and that void. It needs filling in anything. This is where you get drug addicts, this is where you get alcoholics, this is where you get whatever addiction it is, to fill that void. But that void will never be filled. That void will never ever be full, because it needs to be heard. It needs to be felt. It needs to be felt. That's the only way to get rid of the void. No other way can you get rid of the void. So check my videos on how to do shadow work. Do your shadow work, and you'll see for yourself that it doesn't matter if you relapse. You are still a boss, man. You are still a good, absolutely brilliant person that you usually are and always will be. But it's just that you have to go within and feel what you need to feel and love yourself enough to go through the darkness which is within you. Heal that little child of yours that is within you. So then when you relapse, you don't feel horrible, and you can get back up straight away, because the benefits are true. They are true. And you can get back up slowly, but you don't have to rush it. It's not a rush, it's not something you rush. It's something to take patience with.